Horse Beef here, and today, what I'm talking about is Nina Drama once again, as I did just recently watch her response video to MMA Guru, and I was spurred on to make this video because, god damn it, it's one of the worst things I've ever had to sit through in my entire life, but I did it just for you, and there will be a point in this video where we actually watch over some highlights of that video, if you can call any part of that video a highlight. But I would like to give a special thanks right now to two Irish lads, in the MMA space, named Red Pill MMA and Critical Eye MMA, right? Two great Irish lads who really did open my eyes, because I'm not on Twitter, really. I don't go on Twitter unless something very specific happens, like the Nina Drama versus MMA Guru situation. And my original take on Amy Kaplan getting roasted, I guess, by MMA Guru and his fans. I mean, I guess MMA Guru was kind of roasted himself for that Twitter post, but at the same time, I wasn't really aware of who Amy Kaplan was or her politics or the way that she pushed her politics. So once again, I want to say thank you to these two excellent YouTubers for opening my eyes to the kind of person that she is. I just don't respect that kind of stuff. Like you have tweets like this about the COVID vaccine, and just thinking back on COVID times, the persecution that I went through from people in my personal life who were similar in political views to Amy Kaplan. It makes it a little bit personal for me, although I don't think that her believing in a different political ideology and leaning further left than I do, right? Because I, generally speaking, almost all my views align with the right, to be completely transparent with you guys. But I still don't exactly believe that somebody deserves to be insulted for their weight just because I disagree with them. Although this discovery does kind of, have me take a step back and honestly have a little bit less sympathy for her. Although I still think from a moral perspective, it isn't right. But at the end of the day, MMA Guru is free to do what he wants, and it is funny in all honesty, but I just don't respect the political views of Amy Kaplan. So the issue isn't really that he made a fat joke. At the end of the day, fat jokes are whatever. I really don't care. It's just the idea of singling someone out on X that rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. But yeah, the more I've thought about it, it's not as bad as I thought it was, and it is kind of tame for MMA Guru's standards. But then again, the subsequent reaction from Nina Drama making it all about herself kind of raised some questions for me and got me to look a little bit deeper into Nina Drama, because I always viewed her as just like an inoffensive character. But then I looked at her channel and I realized that her entire channel, especially recently, has been getting increasingly more sexualized, and she believes that because she admits it, that somehow absolves her of any sort of criticism. But there's a serious issue in this world that I want to touch on, and why I believe that Nina Drama is taking advantage of that, and why I believe that it's completely wrong. But let's watch over Nina Drama's reaction to MMA Guru's expose on her and see what she has to say, and then respond accordingly.
Okay. This video is for you, Namu. Baby, I didn't call you.
Just a few seconds into the video, she's already posturing herself up, sticking her tits out, looking herself in the mirror, and doing that stupid pouty face. So she never forgets for even a second that she is literally just a fucking thirst trap for children and horny, desperate men.
Evil. I called you vile. And an excrement stain on society. That's what I called you. Because that's what you are.
Yeah, that's what I called you. Like that little whisper, as if she's doing some kind of a monologue for a fucking Martin Scorsese movie. Like what is this? This is a fucking response to MMA Guru, okay? Like, reel it back in a little bit.
And all of the negative comments and all of that I'm getting on my page right now, thank you, because it only drives engagement to my page, but you know how that works, because that's your whole MO, isn't it? And that's your target audience. Negative, angsty, teenage boys, 13, 14, 15-year-olds. That's who's coming to your defense right now.
So Nina just described her own target audience here, except replace the word negative with horny, and you literally have it down to a T. And she knows that. So the fact that she can really come at MMA Guru in any sort of way and talk about, as she'll get into pretty soon, about how she appeals to grown men. Yes, the grown men that you appeal to are just as weird as the weirdest fucking MMA guru fan incel, right? You know what I mean? This is no different. Your target audience is no different. You all represent two extremes of the MMA community and the social media space in general.
That's your demographic, babe. That's not my demographic. My demographic is grown men. The analytics are there. You can always check them.
The analytics are there. You can always check them. Not understanding that children oftentimes do lie about their age when signing up for a YouTube account. Okay.
Grown men who don't come for women for being successful, but value and appreciate them. That's my demographic.
What she means by that is men that jerk off to her and support her because they jerk off to her. But I don't know what the fuck she thinks. In fact, let me fix that one for you, Nina.
My demographic is grown men who come.
This self-righteous attitude to think that, oh yeah, all of your male fans are just supporting women, right? And you know, for being successful, that's all. You know why you have your fan base. You know that they're horny. And you understand that's why they follow you. So what are you talking about supporting? They're supporting you only because you give them boners.
And I'm sure you've seen my pictures that are all over the internet. It was a beautiful pictorial. I'm on skateboards and covers and sweatshirts, and I'm on billboards all over the world and commercials. And because I was a model for 12 years and Playboy was one of the many jobs I did, but it was also one of the most beautiful. I mean, the spread's great. If you haven't checked it out, anyone who's looking, you should. 18 over, right? My demographic, they're men though, so I don't have to talk to them like that. But
now, credit to MMA Guru for finding these pictures, because even if you only have 2 child fans, right, it's unlikely. You for sure have many more child fans. But even if you know that you have one single child fan who watches your videos, why are you sexualizing yourself on purpose and admitting to it? I won't go as far as MMA Guru did. He was alluding to Nina being, you know, what do they call it nowadays? A PDF file? Yeah. I won't go that far with it. I think that's a bit of a stretch, right? That's not what a PDF file really is. But at the same time, you are feeding into the global pornography addiction that's been going on and exacerbated for so long now. And I just cannot respect that. When you knowingly advertise yourself the way that you do, put yourself out there, get more and more provocative every single day, twerk for Alex Pereira on video, like everything is just needlessly sexualized. And I won't go into it too deeply. I'll allow Sewer King to do all that for you guys. Once again, go check out his channel if you want to, you know, see some real examples of Nina drama. Like he gets into it in a more comedic way, but at the same time, he does have some very real points that do raise questions about the ethics of Nina Drama's content, really. So I can't respect anybody who plays into and feeds off of this terrible pornography addiction that's been going on. I've spoken about gambling addiction before, how I feel like it's a major problem these days, but pornography is arguably an even bigger problem right now. And once again, dude, Nina, that is your entire MO. Because if your content was so compelling, you would not feel the need to have your tits out in every single video and every single thumbnail.
I digress. You know, if you do want, I can send you a copy. That did sell out pretty quick, considering it was one of the best covers in Playboy history. I can give you that gift if you want.
And I hope I speak for MMA Guru when I say that's a hard pass.
Lastly, before I forget, you are a literal prostitute. You get on your knees and you beg for $5 all the time. Don't be shy. We see you do it. I don't have to beg. I'm also a playmate, yes, but I've never gotten on my knees or spread my legs for anyone, and I know that's a huge shocker to you, and I think that's what you hate the most, is that I have all of this success and I've done it through actual hard work, and let's not forget.
So I guess we can just ignore everything that came before she once again postured up and presented herself to the camera, because yes, Nina, we know that is the reason why you have this much success, quote unquote. And whether you got on your knees or not, you can say it, right? You can say that you didn't do it, but ultimately, you know, anyone who's well researched on the Playboy Mansion and Playmates and Hugh Hefner, I'm not too sure anyone is buying you getting by without desecrating yourself in some way.
I have some great assets too, and I do use those, and I don't shy away from it, and I don't ever deny it either. But I would like to say that maybe using my assets is a more positive way to market myself than being a human piece of shit, being negative, trolling people for no reason who, oh my goodness, I got cut off.
I believe I've already touched on this, but I wholeheartedly disagree. I think that MMA Guru's negativity, while yes, it can be volatile, it can paint his community in a bad light, and it can oftentimes be at the expense of others. But as I've said, I actually think that what you do, sexualizing yourself, knowing what you're doing, and feeding into the porn addiction going on, this fucking epidemic, quite honestly, is far more damaging than anything that MMA Guru has ever said.
I didn't realize how long this video was. It was only 3 minutes. Imagine yours was 40. You must have so much time. I don't, because I have a real job.
Now I know that sounds like it's a burn from Nina Drama. At least she felt like saying that she has a real job is some kind of a burn. But MMA Guru, credit to him, man, is independent, has made himself one of the biggest names in the MMA space, does better than many partnered and like official MMA publications, yet he hasn't sold out. I don't even think he has ads on majority of his videos or any of his videos really, so I have to give the utmost respect to MMA Guru in that regard. He's done it quite literally without whoring himself out. Yeah, he takes donations and all that, but I would wager that Guru has probably made more money doing what he's been doing in the last few years than what you have. So I don't know. I would take MMA Guru's place over yours any single day, right? I would take the guy who has a loyal fan base, simply live streams and makes content and makes a great living off it and is able to support his family over somebody who sexualizes oneself knowing that they have many, many children among their audience. But I won't get into the remainder of her video here. It's just some more self-righteous bullshit. But before I let you guys go, I want to give one more shout out to Helen Yee, because that is an attractive female who doesn't make her attractiveness the entire selling point of her channel and feed into the, like I've been saying throughout the whole video, the worldwide pornography addiction going on here. It's a serious problem, and I need to give, once again, all the credit in the world to Helen Yee for not feeding into it and making the world a darker and more degenerate place as a result. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.